Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptomancer, where we feature content on play-to-earn games on the blockchain, such as Splinterlands. And coming to you just after today's town hall, formerly known as AMA, from the Splinterlands developers, we got some breaking news, which I think some in the community had certainly already predicted. I think Dwayne Cunningham is one of those leading the charge here, was around the water summoner. So let me just play the video when we hear from Nate, the creative director of Splinterlands, talking about this new rare water summoner.
This is going to be the summoner for water. She is with the Chaos Legion, so she's an invader. Let me drop that in.
Nice.
Now, her name is Kelia, and
awesome.
She is the leader. She's a leader of the Wave Breakers, which is a mercenary group that's been contracted by the Chaos Legion to help, with the invasion. So she's an interesting character because, unlike most water characters, which are like fish-like or mermaids or things like that, she's a dwarf, and you wouldn't think dwarves. You wouldn't combine dwarves with water magic, but she has an interesting backstory, which will explain all that.
So as you heard there and you saw in the picture, this water summoner is a rare dwarf summoner. And if you look at the card, if you're a betting person, chances are that the ability that this new water summoner for Chaos Legion grants is +1 melee attack damage. Now if we look at summoners in the game currently, the main summoner that you're familiar with from the alpha and beta cards is Malric Inferno, giving +1 melee attack damage. What does this mean for the game moving forward, for market prices, for the meta? Here's a couple of points I want to break down quickly for you. One is the reason why, well, there's probably two reasons why Malric is not as popular as he probably should be. And the first reason for that is probably because from a legendary summoner perspective, Jotun takes probably all of the glory there because of the power of Jotun. But in reality, Malric's +1 melee attack is very strong. Not only does Jotun take away some of the glory from Malric, but you also look at, there's probably not of new players that have a leveled Malric Inferno as a card, so they can play, really maximize his value on the field with high melee damage. The other reason why you probably don't see Malric used a lot is the presence of Mylor and Thorns and being a hard counter to a melee-only team. But what I'll say with this new water summoner, it's going to, I think, change the meta as a hard counter, similar to the way Magic with Ulrich and his +1 magic ability does today. So one of the things we have to realize with this change of summoners, if this summoner is truly +1 melee, if we look at the water team, the one thing that the current fire team does not have that really puts this +1 assumed melee attack damage summoner over the top is the Demented Shark. So the Demented Shark has Inspire. So coupled with this new water summoner with +1 melee, now all of a sudden if you feel Demented Shark, you're getting +2 melee damage to all of your monsters. And water has some deceptively strong melee characters that we can look at, or monsters. Also, if you look at the Demented Shark at level 6, it picks up the Thorns ability. So not only does Demented Shark give you +1 melee attack damage, you can also stick the Demented Shark at the back end of your lineup so that any sneak attackers are going to get punished and really take some damage going into the Demented Shark that has 7 health and 1 shield. So that's going to definitely be some nice damage to anyone that comes with sneak attacks. on the water team. But if you look at some of the hypothetical lineups that you could field, and let's just look at the wild format as an example. If you field a sea monster that has heal, this is a leveled sea monster, level 6, but heal, 9 health with thorns, 5 attack damage. Now, if you put Inspire and you put the +1 melee attack damage summoner in place, the sea monster is hitting for 7 damage with thorns, with 9 health and a self heal, which is huge. Now you can also put in at gold level a 1 cost heal here as well. You could also back up that with a double heal. You could use, in this case, Albatross, which has a 1 cost heal there. So now you have double heal on a frontline tank doing 7 melee attack damage and thorns, which is huge. If we also look at some low cost abilities here, you could have a Saber Shark at, I think it's, actually this is an alpha card, so Saber Shark at probably level 2 for alpha. I don't know currently what the beta card would be, but a Saber Shark also does sneak attack at 2 damage, right? Now you add Inspire and +1 melee, it's doing 4 damage. If you look at a very efficient card in the current meta, which is Silver Shield Assassin, it does 2 melee attack damage twice, so a total of 4 melee attack damage with sneak, which is very powerful. Saber Shark at a 3 cost all of a sudden is doing 4 attack damage by itself. Now, if you also look at, you can combine to make a sneak attack team. You could combine, where is it? Sorry, I'm missing it. The Pelacor Bandits, which I cannot find for some reason. Here it is. Pelacor Bandits at level 5 has 2 attack damage, 4 speed with flight, and sneak attack with 4 health. You combine that with Saber Shark, so for 6 mana points, you're getting 8 attack damage with sneak for very efficient pricing. Then if you also throw in this case, Uraeus at 3 attack, or excuse me, 3 mana, also 2 attack damage with sneak and poison at level 4 for 9 mana, you're dropping down 12 sneak attack damage per round. And now you can combine with our friend the Venerary Waysmith to add some additional protection here. You're now getting the protect as well. So you can start to see where this is going. Some other cards worth mentioning, Serpent of Eld here. If you look at its stats, dodge, 4 base speed, 2 shield, 5 hearts, and then at level 3 has 4 damage with Inspire, with +1 melee. You're looking at 6 melee attack damage with dodge and 6 speed. This card is going to be a monster just at level 3 as an example. Some other plays you can look at here for sure, worth mentioning, Feasting Seaweed, level 6 gold. You're looking at Opportunity with Scavenge with 5 melee attack damage here with Opportunity. That's huge. Some other examples, if we look here, Frozen Soldier, level 6, Shield, Magic Reflect, 6 damage with the 2 boosts, 6 shields, and 5 hearts. That's also a pretty big deal. We can also look at some cards that are overlooked here. Let me give you another example, would be Wave Runner. I can find Wave Runner here. Yes, Wave Runner at level 4 with reach, 3 attack damage base, 5 hearts, 4 speed. Now that's all of a sudden a reach with 5 attack damage. That is also very impactful. And then you look at Torhilo with Void, base 4 attack damage, 4 shields, 8 hearts. You can see where this goes. Inspire plus the melee attack bonus, that 2 extra damage for melee with all these very potent melee attack damage monsters in water. makes for some very interesting meta discussions. Mylor will be a hard counter for sure, but even with Mylor, a lot of these water melee monsters have high hit points. Then you add Protect with Venari Waysmith, and on top of it, even with Mylor's Thorn damage, you could still do a lot of damage, more offensive damage than you're taking in return, and probably win some battles just through pure offense. In any case, this is big news in the market as well. Definitely take a look at some of these cards if you believe this rare water summoner will be adding +1 melee. Demented Shark, definitely want to pick that up. It's going to be a staple, and I think Serpent of Eld also a bargain. Anyways, until next time, keep stacking those stats.
That's entertainment.